Well, some of us share the story of growing up in our hometown, going away to find ourselves through college and jobs, becoming a mature adult, and returning back to our childhood neighborhood. That's Kathryn Smith's story. This A&T alum is coming home and saving our pets' lives along the way. Dogs are a man's best friend, and for Kathryn Smith, Coco was hers.
She was with me from first grade until I was a junior at A&T.
Smith says losing Coco inspired her to become Dr. Kathryn Smith, the veterinarian.
My dad passed when I was 13, so I said, you know, when she passed, it was a lot of emotion mixed into that, but it solidified that this is what I want to do.
She's gone from North Carolina A&T to Tuskegee University's College of Veterinary Medicine to animal clinics all across the Southeast. Now, Dr. Smith is returning to the Triad to make her mark.
My grandfather, I mean, he was president of Bennett College for years, and then was the chemistry professor at A&T. My dad was a chemistry professor at A&T, and just seeing that dynamic of strong, you know, African-American people doing wonderful things in the community, especially Greensboro, I hope that I can come back and, you know, kind of carry that torch a little bit.
Dr. Smith will join Northwood Animal Hospital in High Point, and Smith says she's ready for it.
Cliche as it sounds, since I was little, I wanted to be a veterinarian.
7 years on the job, Smith says no matter the hospital, it's busy.
Sometimes it is emergency, like, you know, they run the dog in, it's hit by a car. I mean, you go into full emergency mode.
It's a tough job, one that she says can take an emotional toll.
As a veterinarian, have to mentally, you know, try to be as healthy as you can mentally, you know, to be able to cope with those things. You know, veterinarians have one of the highest suicide rates in the profession.
Despite some of the challenges, she leans on her family, friends, and faith for support. But she admits the licks and purrs of happy patients help too.
You get the really cute puppy, right, that comes in, that's happy, you know, new owner, never owned a dog before, and they're scared every little thing the dog does. They're like, is this right, am I wrong? And so I really love those appointments because I'm able to give a lot of client education and, you know, really guide them, yes, you're doing the right thing, you know, no, you didn't hurt him when you accidentally stepped on his paw, you know, things like that.
She was so passionate. It was funny. My photographer, Crosby, he's allergic to dogs and cats, and I didn't know that before we went. And so I said, you know, it would be so crazy if a vet was allergic to dogs and cats. And she is. And she said, you know, she's just so passionate and she loves these animals and she cares, but every single time she has to be so gloved up. But sometimes the dogs get to licking and she immediately has to wash, but she's allergic to all dogs and cats.
That's really surprising to hear, but she has to have a love for it. And I love the story about, you know, what happened with her pet and then her dad and that connection motivating her to pursue this kind of career. When you have a passion like that, it keeps you focused and you're able to do big things like she is coming back here to Greensboro.
Yes.
For me, I'm thinking about the veterinarian aspect of this. I mean, you know, a lot of people love animals, but to be able to treat them, I mean, it takes a special kind of person to be able to treat animals, but then also to, you know, do the hard part of that as well.
And it gets busy in there. When we were in there trying to get the photography for this story, I mean, people were like, hey, can you move out the way? We got this, you know, coming in, and like they're carrying a cat or they're carrying a dog. So it does get busy like a human hospital. It's just as busy, and they have to have the same equipment and technology that they have in a human hospital because they have the lungs and everything like we have in our bodies.
Well, great for her, she gets to come back home.
Yeah, that's another thing too. You know, she's a mother now, and she wasn't a mother when she left. She was just a student going off to school. And so now being a mother and has a family, it really means a lot to her to come back to her home as a new woman, an older woman, more mature, and now doing what she loves for real.
Congrats to her.